You ever look at a revolver so sexy, so finely made, that your brain goes, forget rent, I need this, yeah, we've all been there. There's just something about a good wheel gun that gets the blood pumping and the wallet crying. In a world where every other gun looks like a sci-fi toaster with a red dot, revolvers are standing their ground. And right now, they're hotter than ever. Whether you're into classic Colt steel, lightweight snub-nose carry pieces, or just want something that looks good sitting in a leather holster, today's list is gonna hit you right in the cylinder. We're counting down the top 10 revolvers that everyone is after right now. And I'm not talking about boring catalog guns. I'm talking revolvers that people are actually chasing down, hoarding, and flexing on Instagram like it's a Rolex. So grab a drink, sit back, and prepare to either fall in love or add 3 more guns to your wish list. The Heritage Rough Rider isn't going to win any Gun of the Year awards, but it might just be the most fun you'll have under $200. The first time I picked one up, I expected it to feel like a toy. Turns out, it's more like a toy that bites harder than you'd expect. I added this one to the list because, let's be honest, everybody either owns one or knows someone who does. Chambered in 22 LR or 22 Magnum, single action only, and styled after the classic cowboy guns, the Rough Rider is perfect for backyard plinking, informal range days, or teaching new shooters without scaring them off. It's got a manual safety that looks like it was added as an afterthought, and the sights don't count on them for precision, but somehow, it just runs. It's shockingly reliable for something priced like a budget knife. This isn't a defensive gun. It's not tactical. You're not carrying this in an IWB holster, but it brings pure, unfiltered joy in a way that few other revolvers do. It's the revolver version of a backyard pickup game. Low stakes, tons of laughs, and somehow it always leaves you wanting just one more round. You ever see a revolver that makes you squint and go, wait, who makes this again? That was me with the Diamondback SDR. I had no expectations. I still don't, but I've got some honest thoughts. The SDR makes the cut because it's been showing up in more and more conversations, especially with folks new to 357 Magnum revolvers who want something affordable. It offers a 6-round capacity, stainless finish, full lug barrel, and a red fiber optic front sight that surprisingly does its job well. The double action pull. Not buttery, but not gritty either. Just somewhere in the respectable middle. It's better than you'd think for something under $400. Build quality is decent, but clearly budget tier. You'll notice sharp edges, and the grip feels generic. It's not a range star, and I wouldn't bet my life on it. But it has value, especially as a beater or range loner. Would I carry it? Would I take it over nothing? Probably. And would I laugh when I see how well it shoots for the money? Absolutely. It's the kind of revolver that makes your buddy go, wait, this costs how much, right before he asks to shoot it again. Let's get one thing out of the way. The Taurus Judge is absurd. A revolver that fires both 45 Colt and 410 shotgun shells sounds like something from a video game. But here's the thing, people absolutely love it. And not just the internet commandos, real folks with real reasons. The Judge shows up on this list because it's one of Taurus's most iconic models. And even if you think it's gimmicky, the market says otherwise. 5-shot cylinder, 3-inch barrel on most models, and the ability to switch from slug to buckshot to hollow point in seconds. It's built big, it kicks hard, and it's loud as hell. But if you're worried about snakes, carjackers, or just want the most intimidating nightstand gun in your zip code, it checks a lot of boxes. Sure, accuracy suffers past 10 yards, and no, it's not exactly refined, but for home defense or a truck gun, it has its niche. And that niche is loud, smoky, and slightly ridiculous. It's not the best revolver on this list, but it might be the most memorable. Like a bad action movie that you secretly love watching on repeat. Some revolvers are designed to impress, others are designed to just disappear, and the airweight J-frames from Smith Wesson do exactly that. Whether it's the 637 with the exposed hammer or the 642 with the enclosed dowel setup, these guns are made for one thing: being there when you need them most. This isn't a revolver you show off to your buddies. It's the one you carry day after day, year after year. And forget is even on you. Chambered in 38 Special Plus P with a 5-round cylinder and an aluminum frame. The airweight lives up to its name. Lightweight, snag-free, and reliable. The recoil is brisk, and the small grip doesn't help. But in close quarters, that's a trade-off most folks accept. Plenty of people have trusted these snubbies for decades, and it's not hard to see why. They're not fun to shoot, and they're definitely not range toys, but they're dependable, safe, and proven. If you're looking for sleek or sexy, keep scrolling. But if you want a revolver that's easy to carry and hard to kill, the J-frame's been answering that call longer than most guns have existed. It's not flashy, it just works, like a wrench in your pocket. When most folks picture revolvers, they think steel, weight, and old-school charm. The Ruger LCR flips that on its head. It's modern, it's polymer, and it's surprisingly good. Ruger basically asked, why can't revolvers carry guns again? And the LCR is their answer. Polymer frame, aluminum or stainless steel cylinder depending on the model, and that signature cammed trigger pull that's smoother than you'd expect on a gun this small. It comes in multiple calibers: 22, 38, 357, even 327 Federal. And the weight savings are noticeable. It's a revolver designed for EDC, not the range. This isn't the gun you flex on Instagram with, but it's the one you'll appreciate after a long day carrying an appendix and forgetting it's even there. Recoil with Magnum loads is snappy, especially in the lighter frames, but manageable with practice. The dowel design takes some getting used to, but it's clean and consistent. The LCR doesn't pretend to be old-school cool. It's modern, minimalist, and made for people who value performance over nostalgia. Think of it as the revolver version of a hybrid car. It's not sexy, but it gets you where you need to go every single time. That's the halfway mark. Or, in this case, we're past the halfway mark and things are getting real shiny up here. If you've made it this far, either you're building a shrine to 357 Magnum or you just love hearing me talk trash about wheel guns. But hang tight, because those last two weren't just crowd favorites. They're the kinds of guns people dream about and put deposits on without asking their spouse first. When Colt brought back the King Cobra, people noticed. When they trimmed it down for carry, people started hunting for them. The King Cobra carry is one of those guns that flies under the radar until you actually try one. This one's chambered in 357 Magnum, 6 shots, with a 2-inch barrel and a bobbed hammer. No nonsense, no flash, just clean stainless steel and classic Colt lines. The trigger is surprisingly refined for a production gun, and the grip geometry works better than you'd expect for something this short. It's compact enough to conceal, but big enough to control with 38s or push 357s if your hands don't mind the slap. It's not cheap, and availability spotty at best. But that's part of the appeal. This isn't a gun you find in every display case. It's the one serious revolver folks are tracking down for carry setups that don't involve a polymer frame or striker fire. If you want something modern but still full of old-school flavor, this is it. Think of it like a vinyl record that actually fits in your pocket. Cool, classy, and louder than you expect when it starts spinning. Not all revolvers are built for show. Some are built for survival, and the 629 Mountain Gun is exactly that. If you spend time in bear country or just want a sidearm with real authority, this gun earns its reputation fast. Built off the legendary 629 platform, the mountain gun shaves weight with a tapered barrel and round butt frame, but still delivers the full force of .44 Magnum. The result is a revolver that's easier to carry than your typical hunting wheel gun, but still packs a serious punch. Recoil is no joke, especially with hot loads, but manageable if you know what you're doing. It's a 4-inch barrel sweet spot, enough to be effective, not so long it becomes a burden. This isn't something you buy on a whim. You buy this because you need it, or really want to be the guy who might need it. Whether you're defending a campsite or just love big-bore revolvers with a practical edge, it checks all the boxes. It's a revolver that doesn't care about flash. It cares about getting the job done, quietly, confidently, and with enough power to stop anything that walks on 4 legs. Call it a backwoods insurance policy, with kicks. If you ask 10 revolver guys to name the most reliable .357 they've ever owned, at least half will say the Ruger GP100. And they're not wrong. This thing is a tank, overbuilt, over-engineered, and damn near indestructible. 6 rounds of .357 Magnum, full steel frame, triple locking cylinder, and a grip that actually fits human hands. The GP100 is heavy, yes, but that weight tames recoil like a champ. You can shoot full house loads all day and it won't complain or shake itself apart. The trigger isn't as smooth as a Python, but it's consistent and improves with use, available in multiple barrel lengths, from 3-inch carry models to 6-inch range beasts. It's not flashy, it's not collectible, but it works. And in a world full of gimmicks, that matters more than ever. Shooters love it because it's dependable, and instructors love it because it's durable. If you only had one revolver to train with, beat up, and pass down, it'd probably be this. Think of it like a cast-iron skillet, heavy, plain, and damn near unbreakable. And once you get used to it, you'll wonder why you ever shot anything else. The Smith Wesson 686 Plus is like that one friend who's good at everything but never brags about it. 7 rounds of .357 Magnum, full lug barrel, stainless steel frame, and a double-action trigger that's one of the best in a production revolver. It's not trying to be flashy. It's just consistently excellent. You can get it in 2, 5, 4, or 6-inch versions, depending on whether you're carrying, hunting, or just want to shoot tight groups at the range. The 7-shot cylinder gives it a slight edge over the GP100 in capacity, and many shooters prefer the Smith & Wesson trigger feel right out of the box. It's heavy, but that translates to low felt recoil, especially when shooting .38 Special. Why is it number 2? Because this gun is everywhere, and for good reason. Home defense, field carry, competition, training, it does it all. And it's built to last. If I had to recommend one revolver for most people, this would probably be it. Not the cheapest, not the flashiest, but rock solid where it counts. The 686 Plus is the Glock 19 of revolvers. Boringly reliable, impressively capable, and the only thing stopping it from being number 1 is legacy. You knew this was coming. The Colt Python is the revolver people don't just want, they obsess over. And the modern version, it's not just a nostalgia trip, it's a serious piece of hardware. The new Python, reintroduced in 2020, brought back the looks and the name, but also brought modern manufacturing that fixed many of the old model's quirks. Cold-forged stainless steel, 6 rounds of .357 Magnum, a butter-smooth DA trigger, and arguably the best finish in the game. It's heavy, yes, but that weight soaks up recoil and makes shooting full power loads feel easy. Accuracy is phenomenal, lockup is bank vault tight, and the trigger, especially in single action, is as close to perfect as you'll find without going custom. It's not cheap, and it's not always easy to find, but when people do find one, they don't ask questions. They just hand over the credit card. Is it practical for carry? No. Is it overkill for range days? Maybe. But this isn't about practicality. This is about craftsmanship, legacy, and the kind of pride that comes from owning a gun with a name people whisper. The Python isn't just a revolver. It's a statement, one that says, I know exactly what I'm holding, and so do you. At the end of the day, not every revolver needs to be practical. Some are built for carry, some for backwoods defense, and some are just built to be admired. But every gun on this list has one thing in common. They're being hunted down, bought up, and talked about more than ever. So tell me, what revolver has you stalking Gunbroker at 2 Which one disappointed you? Drop your story in the comments. I read all of them. Yes, even the angry ones from Taurus fans. Clean your carry gun, and if you're still rocking a nylon holster from 1997, please, for the love of God, upgrade. I'll check you guys later. And remember, just because it's a revolver doesn't mean it has to be boring.